I'm here about to explain on the topic impact of privatization and economic reforms. First, let me explain what is meant by privatization. Privatization is the process of transferring an enterprise or industry from the public sector to the private sector. The public sector is the part of the economic system that is run by government agents. Next, we'll see what are all the impacts of privatization. There are four major impacts of privatization. They are: privatization has a positive impact on the financial growth on decreasing the deficits and debts, increasing the efficiency of government underwritings, provide better goods and services to the consumers, making way for foreign direct investments. Now let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is economic reforms. Economic reforms refers to the changes made in the economy with a view to deregulate it and to solve the prevalent economic problems of the country. In India, economic reforms were introduced in 1991 with the implementation of new economic policy. Now, we will discuss about Indian economy during economic reforms. In the year 1991, India saw a tectonic shift in its economic policies, making it a landmark year in the history of the Indian economy. The humongous economic crisis suffered by India in 1991 was uncontrollable, with the situation getting bleak gradually. The result was that inflation reached its peak with daily use commodities becoming extremely expensive, striking people. Our next topic is new economic policy. The new economic policy reintroduced as a measure of stability to the economy and allowed the Soviet people to recover from years of war, civil war, and governmental mismanagement. The small businessmen and managers who flourished in this period became known as NEP, branches of new economic policy. New economic policy has divided into three branches. They are liberalization, privatization, and globalization. First, we are going to see what is meant by liberalization. Liberalization in economics means minimizing the government's restrictions and regulations in an economy in return for higher involvement of private organizations. In short, liberalization means the removal of restrictions in order to promote economic development. What we need to next see is meaning for privatization, which has already been seen. Thus, we'll move to the next topic, globalization. Globalization is a term used to describe how trade and technology have made the world into a more connected and interdependent place. Globalization also captures in its scope the economic and social changes that have come. It's time to recap. As we already discussed about that, we have seen what is meant by privatization and its impacts, and what is meant by economic reforms and introduction to Indian economy during economic reforms. At last, we have seen new economic policy and its branches. I hope all you people can understand what I have done. Thank you.